Okay, so let's do practice quiz 7, number 1. So we have an experiment. We're rolling 2 fair dice, and we're going to let x be the sum of the 2 dice. Then x is a random variable. So we have to find the expected value, the variance, and the standard deviation. Let's first find the sample space for this experiment. So S. So we could have a 1, 1. I'm going to do all the ones that have a 1 in the first roll. You could have a 1 in the first roll, 2 in the second roll, 1 in the first roll, 3 on the second roll, 1 in the first roll, 4 on the second roll, 1 in the first roll, 5 on the second roll, and 1 on the first roll, 6 on the second roll. Then I could have, copy these. Same ones again, except now change all the 1s to 2 in the first position. 2 here, 2 here, 2, 2, 2, 5, and 2, 6. That's all the ones that have a 2 in the first roll. Then paste this again. Change all these now to 3s. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, and 3, 6. Then 4s in first position, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6, 2 more to go, 2 more sets to go. So 5 on the first roll, 1 on the second roll, 5 on first roll, 2 in second roll, 5 on first roll, 3 in second roll, 5 on first roll, 4 in second roll, 5, 5, and 5, 6. And lastly, 6 in first roll, 1 on a second roll, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. So that'll be your sample space for that experiment. And you can check if you add up all those guys, there's a total of 36 things here. Okay, so now let's go through our random variable. Well, the random variable is adding up the sum. So looking at here, adding those up, that would be 2 for the first one right there. So I'll give you 2. That one will give you 3 if you add them up. That one will give you 4 if you add them up, 1 plus 3. Adding that one up, that would give you 5, 1 plus 4. So you can see the smallest you get if you added up the 2 values on the dice would be this one. So it'd be 2. So let's see, let's look at all the ones that give you 2 then. So it's an event. So the event of getting a 2, the sum being a 2, that'd just be 1 in the first roll, 1 in the second roll. Then let's look at the random variable equaling, well, the next smallest it could be is 3. So the sum being 3. Well, there's 2 different ways I could do that. I could get 1, 2, or I could get 2, 1. Then moving on to the next one. Next smallest would be 4, the sum. So to get a 4, I could get a 1 and a 3, or a 3 and a 1, or I could get 2 2s, because each of those adds up to 4. And I think that's it. So that's that one done. Let's look at random variable equaling 5. So I could get a 1, 4. I could get 4, 1. Just reverse it. I could get 2, 3. Or I could get 3, 1. 3, 2. So that's all the ones, all the ways you could add up to 5. Then looking at random variable equaling 6. Well, I could get a 1, 5, 5, 1. Oops, 5, 1. 5, 1. I could get a 3, 3. Sorry, 2, 4. Let's do it in order. Let's go 1 and be 2, 4. And then 4, 2. Or you could get 3, 3. So 3 in the first row, 3 in the second row. I think that's all the ways I could add up to 6, the 2 dice. Keep going here. So if you think about it, the biggest I could have is 2 6s, so it's going to be 12, but so we're going to have to go all the way to 12 here in a second. So we're at 7 now, so we're halfway. So to get 7, I'd need, say, a 1 and a 6, or I could have a 6 and a 1, or I could have a 2 and a 5, or a 5 and a 2, or I could have a 3 and a 4, or I could have a 4 and a 3. I think that's it then. Yeah, so that's it for that one. Then sum equaling to 8, sum of the dice equaling to 8. So I could have, now I can't have a 1 anymore because the biggest the die could be is 6, so I could have a, I can't choose 1 here, I can choose 2, but 2, 6 and 6, 2. Or I could have 3, 5 and 5, 3. Okay, I could have 4, 4. And I think that's it for that one. Okay, so now random variable equaling to 9. So I can have 1, can have 2, no, I can have 3, but 3 and a 6, or 6 and a 3. Or I could have a 4 and a 5 and a 5 and a 4 and 3, 4. I think that's it then for that one. That's all the ways I could add up to 9. Then it's like adding up to 10, so we're almost there. Adding up to 10, so you could have a 4 and a 6, or a 6 and a 4, or just 2 5s. I think that's it for that one. Then adding up to 11. Adding up to 11, I could have a 5 and a 6, or a 6 and a 5. And lastly, to get a 12, so the sum of the dice being 12. The only way that can happen is if I get a 6 and a 6. Okay, so now, the probability of getting x equal 2, so the random variable equal 2 would be the number in x equals 2 divided by a number in s. So number in x equals 2, there's only one thing there. So it'd be 1 and number in s up here is 36, so it'll be 1 over 36. The probability x equals 3, that'd be, let's just speed things up, let me just copy this. I'm going to make changes to it. So probability x equals 3 now be number, the number that has the random variable equaling 3. So you can see there's two things here. So it'd be 2 over 36. The s will stay the same. Then the next one, probability x equals 4. It'd be the number ones that give you 4 when you add them. So number ones here, there's 3 things. So it'd be 3 out of 36. Okay, then probability x equals 5. 5. So the 5 guy has 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So it'll be 4 here. Then the random variable equals 6, so it'd be changes to 6. So the 6 guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in it. Okay, 7 now. Okay, the 7 guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things in it. Okay, we're on 8 now. Eight guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in it. Nine one. Nine guy has 1, 2, 3, 4 things in it. So you can see it's like a pattern. So the next one's going to be probably a 3 over 36. Double check that, so it'll be 10. So the 10 guy has 3 things in it. So you see it's following a pattern. It's going 5, 4, 3. So the next one you'd probably predict would be 11. Sorry, project would be 2. Sorry, you can check it'll be a 2. The last one, 12. 12 only has 1 thing in it, so it'd be this. Okay, so I'm out of time in this video. I'll continue this in part 2.